Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen, MikeColleen.com. I'm going to talk about another thing that a lot of people that are empathetic or empaths or whatever you want to call it, or sensitive people, or just nice people, people that come from their heart that are open-hearted. Because this narcissists go after you guys the most. Okay, so here's a very simple thing that you need to understand. Because I didn't understand it until I completely popped. Because oops, here, let me turn the brightness down. It's going to glare on my glasses. Sorry about that. So I didn't, until I popped, until it's like, God, I wish I might do a video on what popping is. It's like you just see it. It's like you get so much pain and suffering. You're like, fuck. Sorry, this car burning out. You're like, I'm done. I'm never doing this shit again. Right? It's a moment in time when you realize the truth of what's really going on. And you start seeing it's like all these things start to fall and you start seeing everything behind it. Like you see all of it. And one of the things is this. An empath is going up. A narcissist is going down. Do you see the problem? One of the things it takes an empath or a nice person is you think, oh, I'm going to help them be happy. Something you hear from women mostly is my love is so strong that I'll heal them. No, you won't. God, how to explain it? I'm trying to think of a good example of something I learned in my business. I can't think of it right now, but basically, these are people that want to go down. They have no intention, none, of going up. And they have no intention of you going up. Their intention is, okay, it's funny because your intention, how to explain this? Okay, so your intention is, I'm going to pull them up. Like that's me. I'm a life coach, personal development coach. I spent my entire life studying psychology, hypnosis, NLP, therapy, healing, communication. My whole thing is I want to lift people. I want to say, come on, you can do it. I want to build them up. I don't want to teach them how to be stronger so they can fly and take off on their own. It's the whole thing of where Jesus says you can feed a man for a day or you can teach them how to feed themselves. So now they're self-empowered. Well, that's what you're trying to do. Oh, no, they can be happy someday. No, that's not their goal. That's not their goal. Their goal, now here's the funny, their goal, they are just as motivated, probably more actually, just as inspired at destroying you and pulling you all the way down to hell as you are pulling them up. And that's something a lot of empaths don't know, because until you pop, you can't see it. And that's one of the things why they call it super empaths. When you pop and you're like, oh, I'm done with this, because you finally realize it's like their home. Going down, going to hell, it's their home. It's what they do. They think, how to explain this? I'm trying to think of an example like, I don't know, like a bee goes in a beehive and you're trying to pull it out. And it's like, no, this is our home. And they try to pull you in. They're like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? This is where we go. That's how they're looking at you. Just like you're looking at them. You're looking at them thinking, no, not that way. Think positive. Go to Tony Robbins seminars. Come on up. And they're just like, come on down, right? They look at you as you're just as wrong as you look at them. Like, no, don't be sad. Don't be a mean person. Don't be miserable. Don't have self-hate. Don't have self-loathing. You need to love yourself. You need to be, I've been in personal development for a long, long time. And I've worked with a lot of people, and I would tell you what, there's some people that it's almost like they get this angry look when you say stuff like that, and you're just like, what the fuck? So over a period of time, like, yeah, this person doesn't want to budge. They're like, God, I wish I could think of a really good example. I can pretty much, let me see if I got some notes on this. Hold on one second. They can't laugh. They can't be happy. Again, the only time that they're actually happy is when they hurt you, when they get you fired from a job, when they turn you into a drug addict or turn you into an alcoholic. That is some of their goals. Like their goal is like, I'm going to take this beautiful Christian, happy, joyful person, and I'm going to turn them into this drug addict. I'm going to turn them into this fucking wreck. Here's the thing, that is their goal. Now, you're thinking, and I don't think you quite understand what I'm saying. That literally, like, how some people, my goal is to bench press 300 pounds, right? Or 400 pounds. My goal is to lose 5 pounds. My goal is to make $150,000 a year. My goal is to buy a Ferrari by this time next year. Their goal is, how fast can I destroy this person? How fast can I get this person to get a drunk driving, maybe even a drunk driving accident? How fast can I turn them into an alcoholic? Seriously, I'm fucking serious. So I'm going to tell you empaths who have not woken up, how you know when you're awake, you'll see them. I'm telling you, I was on the path out there by the water, by the bay, the San Francisco Bay. I've got some video I think I'm going to upload in about a week from that. That's going to be on there. And I think I've uploaded it before. There was a guy and a girl walking this way, and it's a pretty long, it's a, what do you call it? It's like the barrier between the water, so they have to build a barrier because the water would actually go down into the land. I forget what you call those things. So it's also, people walk across it. Well, it's pretty freaking long. I'd say it's about a half mile or more longer. And I didn't really think, and I just kind of had this feeling like this like negative entity, like darkness, like this feeling of right? And as they came towards me, eventually I got closer. I looked and I was like, this guy's just out manipulating the girl, and the girl's arms are crossed and she's kind of scrunched down, looking away. And I could tell she was. I'm kind of looking at him, and I'm like, what's going on here? It's just kind of very comfortable. And blah blah blah, and he looked at me, and like, like he went like really loud, and then the girl looked at him, like what? He could see that I could see him. When you are awake, they'll know it. They'll know that you can see them. All right. So that's how you know when you've gone super empath or you've popped. You can see them. So what was this first thing he did? He tried to put me to sleep. He tried to love bomb me. He tried to get me in my ego. That's what okay, I don't think anyone's ever said this. One of the reasons why they love bomb you, they don't want you to be down to earth. They don't want you to be open, because down to earth means you're open, like versus like narrow, looking like this and stuff. When you're in your ego, you go up in this little part of here and it closes your ajna and your third eye, and now you're coming from your ego, the smallest part of your brain. And that's why the ego stroke you and ego stroke you and ego stroke you, because they're putting you to sleep so you can't see them. All their techniques are doing that. That's their whole goal. If I can put this person to sleep and they can't see me pulling their puppet strings, and they're puppet string masters. They are the puppet string masters. Okay? There's a book called Who's Pulling Your Strings. That's one of the first books I read on narcissism about 18 years ago, I think, is when I got it. All right, so here's what it is. It's a really simple thing. So one of the things that every single NLP training I've gone to, personal development, life coaching, even Tony Robbins seminars, I mean, I've heard this so many times over a 12-year period of time. It's just like, yeah, I get it. But I didn't really get it until I popped. I get it now. Is they tell you, if you get a client that's not, oops, here, let me turn that down. I got a glare on my glasses, sorry. They tell you, look, if you get a client that's not willing to do the work, or they're just not doing it for whatever reason, or they're being resistant, you could try to find out what's behind it, but you have to make a decision. Like, does this person really want to change? And that's really what it comes down to. Why are they here? What was their purpose? Okay. I'll give you an example. One of the things they tell us is, like, if somebody tells them that they need to change and they say, well, go see Mike Colleen, my first question I ask people is like, well, why are you here? It's like, well, okay, one example is this old guy. He was a World War II veteran. This was about 25 years ago, maybe more. I just got this feeling like he didn't want to fucking be here, but he called me, he made the appointment, he showed up, and I was kind of getting like something like, what are you grumpy for? Like, what are you mad at me for? You asked me to help you, and I finally got a weird feeling, and I said, how did you get a hold of me? He's like, well, I called you. I'm like, no. How did you get my number? He goes, well, the ad. I was like, really? Where did you see the ad? And he goes, well, I didn't. I'm like, oh, okay, so, well, who saw the ad? He goes, well, my wife. I'm like, so why are you here? And he goes, well, what do you mean? I'm like, did you look for the ad and say, I want to find a hypnotherapist to help me stop smoking? He goes, well, no, my wife did. I'm like, so who wants you to stop smoking, you or her? And he goes, oh, I see what you're saying. He goes, yeah. He goes, this is my wife. He goes, Mike, I only smoke 2 cigarettes in the morning. He goes, that's all I do. He goes, I think he was like 67, or I forget how. He was a pretty old dude. And he goes, Mike, I've only got so many years left. He goes, it's my only joy in life that I have. And I go, well, you know what? When you're ready to change, when you want to stop smoking, then I want you. And I go, here's my card. Then you give me a call. Don't come to me because your wife wants you to stop smoking, because I can't help you then, right? So here's my point. A lot of you empaths and a lot of you do-gooders, we'll call you that, you guys think you're going to fucking change these fucking people. Oh, no, you aren't. And you know what blows my mind? I remember years ago when I was early 20s, here I am studying psychology at Arizona State and Chico State, and I'm reading all these books, and I was just absorbing stuff, right? And then I started going to Tony Robbins seminars and NLP and hypnosis and energy healing and timeline therapy. I mean, this is some phenomenal stuff. That stuff blew me away. And then I just see someone off and oh yeah, I'm going to help them change. I'm like, how? Oh, I'm just a good person. Man, I'm telling you, helping people change is hard. And one of the you want to know what the number one factor is? They have to want to. And here's the thing. I'm going to end it with this. Empaths go up, narcissists go down. You have to understand they want to go down. That is their goal. An empath wants to go up. You're fighting a losing battle. And here's the thing, not only is it a losing battle, if you haven't popped, if you are not awake to what's really going on, and really, because there's people, a lady on a YouTube channel said, man, I wish I could see it like you can see it now. She's still in danger. Now, if you're one of those, oh, I'm going to fix them. I'm telling you right here, right now, here's how you know that you haven't popped. Well, I'm going to fix them. Here I am, highly trained in all these different psychology techniques and all these therapies and cognitive behavioral psychology and energy healing and consciousness work. I've got a ton of tools, and I'm good at it. If someone comes in my door and they're a narcissist, if I figure that out, I kick them out. I'm like, no. I'm telling people now on the phone when I talk to them, during the interview phase, I'll ask them, are you a narcissist? And if they go, that's pretty much it. I'm done. If they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, are you a narcissist? Are you this? Are you that? And even if they lie to me and they come in, first thing I'm looking for, you got to go. Get the fuck out of here. I've actually had people hire me over the years, which I didn't understand before I popped, that would, they would hire me. They would fucking pay me. And a lot of times they had like this glee because they were frustrating. They're like, what's going on here? And they'd be smiling at me, like, oh, and they'd happily give me the money. They didn't want to change. And I remember the first time I was like, I'm going to have to cut this off because, you're not doing this and you're not doing that. Something's not, it's not a good fit. Because all I knew is like they weren't changing and they weren't moving. But they weren't upset about it. They were fucking happy. And that kind of was creepy. But then as I moved along, and I tell you what, in the last couple of years, it's gotten worse. So I'm at a point now to where, like, my first thing when I'm looking at people is, are they a narcissist? Are they full of shit? Are they lying? Are they bullshitting? Are they, all this stuff about narcissists? And I won't work with them. So here you are, an empath, and you're not trained in this stuff. You're not even awake. You're not even popped to what's going on. You haven't popped. What are you doing? I'm going to tell you right now, you are playing with a fire that you don't even understand. These are demonic people. This is not a fun game. This is not a game. Their goal is to destroy you and then turn you into one of them. If you find out someone's a narcissist or have signs, get away. I'm going to tell you right now, this is how you know that you haven't popped, that you're not awake. If you're trying to heal someone and fix someone that doesn't want to be healed, that doesn't want to be fixed, you're not awake. You don't see it yet. Especially if you're dealing with someone that you think is a narcissist, you completely don't get it. You completely are blind to what's really going on. That's their whole thing. They want you to do it. That is, let me say this right now, I'll end it with this. That is their whole effing thing. They're looking for people like you who's, I'm going to fix them. So you're going to open your heart and love them, and you're going to do all these nice things. And it's like you're putting a lot of energy into it. They want you because now they're like, now I can mind fuck them. I can brainwash them. I can turn their mind against themselves. You are the exact target that they're looking for. You've got to let go of fixing people. You can't fix people. People have to want to be fixed. They have to want to do the work. I've had a lot of clients that came in and they did the work, and holy shit, they're like, Jesus Christ, like within weeks to months, their life just 180 degrees turns around. But then you get these people, like, they have excuses. They say, oh no. Sometimes there's a fear there, and we'll find out. I'll do some digging, like, what's going on here? But I've had clients just loop me and loop me and loop me and it's like, now it's not this, now it's something else, now it's this, now it's this. Oh, it's a fucking narcissist. Okay, gotta go. Peace. Modificata. See you. Adios. Hasta pasta. So here's my thing. Forget about narcissist. Forget about the whole concept of empath, narcissist, or all that shit. I don't care if it's just a regular everyday person. If they're not moving forward in their life, get away from them. That's one of the core concepts that I heard over and over from Tony Robbins, the NLP trainings, some coaches that I hired many years ago. They're like, Mike, that person's not moving. You have goals. Like you, back then I was really into weightlifting. I was really boom, 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 just really massively. I'm getting my diet better. I'm doing all the things you're supposed to do. I've got my business. I was in college taking 2 classes. And here's Mike, look, you have literally written goals for the next 5 years of your life. You've got them broken down to what you're doing in the next 3 months, broken down per week, what classes you got to go to, how much reading. And I did. I had all this stuff broken down. Does that person? Because the problem is like, God, I don't know. I just feel like something. Well, it's like a fucking weight. You're trying to like, come on, let's go, let's go. Here's a word of advice that this guy gave me. He had said, Mike, they don't have to be doing the same thing. They don't have to be like a personal development coach or a life coach or NLP trainer. They don't have to, but let's say they're an auto mechanic and they're going to school for that. And then they're going to go work for a shop for 5 years. And then they're going to open their own shop. And then he goes, are they actually going to class? Are they reading the books? Are they moving through? Did they get to the next semester? Did they enroll that? Are they moving? Because you need to only mingle with people that are moving forward in their life. That right there is your key. If you feel like you're trying, it's like, and they're not moving, like they're a dead weight or like they're an anchor, like dug into the dirt in the water, let go of that anchor and watch how easy your life becomes. That was one of the biggest things I did in my life. And that's why people just kind of look at me. You just seem different. He's like, yeah, because I let go of all the weight. I let go of all the people that are trying to pull me down. And now I'm just kind of cruising on through life going, hey, this is cool. People have to want to move forward in life. And if they're not making effort, consistent, daily, weekly, monthly effort into moving forward, let them go and watch how easy your life becomes. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, MikeKollin.com. Click that subscribe button, click the bell, and click the all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless you and good luck in your life.